You're about to enter a world where the lines between reality and entertainment are blurred, where the darkest aspects of human nature are put on display for your viewing pleasure. It's a world that's both fascinating and terrifying, where the thrill of the unknown can be addictive, but the consequences of our obsession can be deadly. You find yourself standing in the middle of a dimly lit alleyway, the only sound being the distant hum of a city that never sleeps. The air is thick with the smell of rain and garbage, and the flickering streetlights cast eerie shadows on the walls. It's here, in this forsaken place, that our journey into the world of true crime begins. A world where the brutal and the bizarre are just a click away, where the darkest corners of human nature are exposed for all to see. As you take your first steps into this twisted realm, you can't help but wonder what drives our fascination with these macabre stories. Is it a desire to understand the unknown, or is it something more primal, a morbid curiosity that we can't seem to shake? As you delve deeper into the world of true crime, you start to notice a peculiar trend. The more heinous the crime, the more attention it seems to receive. The public's fascination with serial killers, in particular, is a phenomenon that's both captivating and disturbing. You begin to wonder if our obsession with these monsters is a way of trying to understand the evil that lurks within, or if it's simply a form of twisted entertainment. The lines between reality and fiction start to blur, and you find yourself questioning what's real and what's just a product of our imagination. The discovery of a new true crime podcast or documentary becomes an event, with fans eagerly awaiting the next episode, the next twist, the next revelation. But at what cost? Are we desensitizing ourselves to the horrors of the real world, or are we simply trying to make sense of it all? You decide to take a closer look at the true crime genre, to investigate the reasons behind its popularity. You start to analyze the language used by true crime enthusiasts, the way they discuss the crimes, the victims, and the perpetrators. You notice a disturbing trend, a tendency to glorify the killers, to make them seem more interesting, more charismatic, than they really are. The victims, on the other hand, are often reduced to mere footnotes, their stories, their lives, and their deaths, secondary to the twisted narrative of the killer. You begin to wonder if this is a result of our societal obsession with celebrity culture, or if it's something more sinister, a desire to identify with the killer, to understand what drives them to commit such heinous crimes. As you dig deeper, you uncover a complex web of motivations, a mix of fascination, fear, and fascination with the unknown. As you continue your investigation, you come across a shocking revelation. The true crime genre, it turns out, is not just about entertainment, it's also about exploitation. The families of the victims, the survivors, they're often left to pick up the pieces, to deal with the aftermath of the crime, while the true crime enthusiasts, the podcasters, the documentary makers, they're the ones who profit from their stories. You start to wonder if this is a form of vicarious tourism, where people get to experience the thrill of the crime without the consequences. The twist is that the true crime genre is not just about the crimes, it's also about the people who consume them, the culture that surrounds them. You begin to question the ethics of true crime, the morality of profiting from someone else's tragedy. Is it possible to separate the fascination from the exploitation, or are they inextricably linked? The true crime genre, it turns out, has a dark side, a side that's often overlooked in the pursuit of entertainment. The families of the victims, the survivors, they're often left to deal with the trauma, the pain, and the exploitation. You start to wonder if the true crime genre is a form of catharsis, a way for people to process their emotions, to deal with the darkness of the world. Or is it something more sinister, a way to avoid dealing with the real issues, the social problems that lead to these crimes? The aftermath of a true crime story is often just as tragic as the crime itself, with families torn apart, communities left to pick up the pieces. You begin to question the impact of true crime on our society, the way it shapes our perceptions of the world, and the way it influences our behavior. Is it possible to find a balance between fascination and respect, or will the true crime genre always be at odds with our moral compass? As you conclude your journey into the world of true crime, you're left with more questions than answers. You've seen the darker side of human nature, the twisted minds of serial killers, and the devastating impact on victims' families. You've also seen the fascination, the obsession, and the exploitation that surrounds true crime. You start to wonder if the true crime genre is a reflection of our society, a reflection of our darker selves. Or is it something more complex, a mix of fascination, fear, and morbid curiosity? You begin to question the role of true crime in our culture, the way it shapes our perceptions of the world, and the way it influences our behavior. What do we know today about the true crime genre, and what can we learn from it? Is it possible to find a way to balance our fascination with true crime with our respect for the victims, or will the true crime genre always be at odds with our moral compass? The answers, much like the true crime stories themselves, remain elusive, leaving us with only one haunting question: what's the true cost of our addiction to true crime, and is it a price we're willing to pay? As you finish watching this video, you're left with a haunting question: what's the true cost of our addiction to true crime, and is it a price we're willing to pay? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime content. But be warned, once you enter the world of true crime, there's no turning back. The darkness, the fascination, the morbid curiosity, it's all waiting for you, just a click away. So, what will you do? Will you indulge in the true crime genre, or will you turn away and leave the darkness to those who can't resist its pull? The choice is yours, but be warned, the true crime genre is a journey that's not for the faint of heart.